Hey guys, had several things kind of happen today. Walter sold. It's going to Georgia. I think it's got a good home. The guy is going to paint it and restore the truck, and I believe him. He's got the money to do it. So, I hate that he's going to paint over the patina. I really like the patina on Walter, but it's a good truck. He wanted to start with a good truck, so he's going to start with a good one and get it painted. I think he said he's going to paint it brown or something. So, to each their own. But, at least the truck will be fixed and done right, and it will, maybe last another, let's see how old the truck, nearly 40 years old. So anyways, this is my next one. I had kind of went back and forth on what to do with this truck. LS swap, keep small block. It's got a really good sounding small block in it. I've already got the seat out of it. Very, very nasty. This truck sat on a dairy farm for a long time, up against the fence row with the window down, which is really surprising that the rockers and stuff are just not completely gone in the truck. This is a pretty good truck. I've done videos on it before, but it's just kind of been sitting here on standby. So I've got to put a window regulator in it. I've already ordered a ton of stuff. Debating on ordering carpet. It's got a blue mat. I may pull that out and clean it up. I don't know. But I jerked the seat out earlier just to kind of clean it up. It's got some rat turds and stuff in it. Just like I said, where it sat on an old farm, everything kind of made themselves at home in it. This hood come off of a dually, kind of one of the Southern Comfort type trucks, but same color. It just had the stripes. So we're going to use it. Also, you probably noticed Sam sitting here. There's a long story behind this, but right now we'll just leave it at I'm going to do a little work on the truck and see what happens with it. I don't know yet. I don't know. I may carry it to the rod run, sell it. 4 primer is best. But it needs just a couple little things. I'm going to get those worked out. Mostly just a piece on the interior. Some of the side trim, this is kind of cheap trim that's kind of coming off. I'm going to fix that where he had some trouble with the back glass. There's some tape kind of on the truck. So I'm going to clean it up good. Fix a few little things and just drive it. Jimmy had some issues with it starting. I never had those issues. And of course it started right up and come over here today. So I've got to try to figure out what's going on there. But anyway, it's back here. I'm kind of glad to see it sitting there. It's funny when these things don't belong to you anymore. It's funny how much better they look. But anyways, back to the 83. I wanted to keep the bumper off Walter. I had in mind swapping these bumpers out, but I didn't do it. No big deal. I'll buy a bumper for this one. I've already got the wheels and tires, lug nuts. There's the seat that come out of it. I'm going to take that seat. There's a guy on Marketplace. He will trade seats with you for $400. They make their own covers, and I don't know that he makes a cover just like the original. I'm not real sure, but they look good, and for $400, I mean, you can't really beat it. So anyway, seat. I'm going to order a real dash for it. Get the real dash instead of the cover lay. I'm planning on not keeping this truck, but hanging on to it for a while. I don't know. I really do like it. There's something about this one in particular that I like. I like it better than I did Walter for some reason. It's not near the truck Walter was. It's not nearly as solid as Walter. It's a pretty good solid truck, but it does have a little rust, cab corners, a little spot or two in the rockers. But again, just lower it. I've got a spoiler for the front, just like I put on Walter. Same thing, I ordered them at the same time. This one's got sport mirrors. That's one thing I like a lot better about it. Instead of the big old gaudy mirrors, I'm just not a big fan of those. So, sport mirrors. And again, go through everything like I typically do. Brake hoses, rotors, calipers, all the brakes in the back. Pull the motor and transmission out. The transmission's bad. I'm going to rebuild it. It's a 350 turbo, so a little easier than the one I built for Sam, the 700R. Very similar on the inside, just one less assembly. So anyway, pull the motor transmission out, build the transmission, clean the motor up, paint it, maybe get a little dress up kit for it, and take the wiring harness out and either clean it up or do away with it and order a new harness. Somebody's really done a hack job on this wiring harness, so it works, but I don't like garbage like that. So I'll fix that and kind of go from there. It's original power steering truck, but they don't have a power steering pump on it, so I'll have to find me a power steering set up and put on the truck, and like I said, just get it lower, get the wheels on it, and just again front to back, drop the fuel tank. It's got a new fuel tank, but one of the mounts is broke, so got to fix that. Got a lot of things. I'm gonna make a list and just kind of go from there. But this is another truck I've thought about selling it, thought about pulling the motor out, selling the motor, putting the LS in it. That's still on my mind. Not sure yet what I'm going to do there. I don't know if I want to put the 5.3 in it or just leave the small block, because this small block, it sounds really good. It's got a good sound to it. It seems to run really good. I don't know. As far as dependability goes, 5.3 all the way. You know, they're just great engines. You can't beat them. You can't kill them hardly. Good motors. So anyways, a lot of ideas run through my head, but I do plan on getting started. I've already got a bunch of money spent on it. I've already got a lot of parts laying in the bed. You'll see all this crap kind of laying up on the bed here. That's what come out of the inside. I can't remember what all I've already got. Here's the spoiler. Those are my shocks. These are the shock extenders. I don't know what all I've got for this thing. Upper and lower ball joints, inner and outer tire rod ends, all this. I ordered all this for Walter, and like I said, I've kind of been wanting to get on this one, and Walter, again, is a good truck, but you know, I knew it would bring better money than the blue one, so sold Walter. I'm going to buy a lift for the garage here. I had one. It wouldn't fit. My roof here was just like 3 inches too low, which makes me mad because this roof's supposed to be 2 foot higher than it is, but the guy that built the garage screwed me there. So it happens to all of us at some point in time, I guess. But anyways, stay tuned on this one. Also, stay tuned on Sam. We're going to see what's up with Sam. I've really debated on buying it back. I don't need it. You know, that's kind of where I'm at right now. But Primer's Best has got a lot of trucks. He's got a bunch of them. So he's just kind of needing the room. But I bet you when I get everything done on this one, it'll be back at his house. So this one's just kind of in limbo right now. Don't know what's going on with it. But here's this tape. Gotta get this tape off. I'm not sure exactly how I'll do that. That stuff has some good duct tape. But I've got some goo off or goo gone or something. Worst case, I'll take a little xylene or gasoline and get that off, and then touch up the penetrol underneath. No big deal. Whoever put the back window in broke this piece, so I've got to fix that. Primer's Best has done went and got some from a junkyard. What else? That's about it. Like I said, one piece of trim's trying to come off, but I got some glue. I'll put that back on there, and it won't come back off. If it comes off, it's going to take painting off. This piece here, you see it's kind of wrinkled up. This stuff's really, really thin. Makes it easy to work with and cut, but it just doesn't stick really well. And it was cheap, so it doesn't have the good 3M tape on it. It happens. But anyways, so yeah, again, Sam's sitting here. Jimmy did put a back glass in there. Of course, most of y'all watch his videos. You'll know the back glass just randomly shattered. He's kind of had some bad luck with this thing. I don't really know why. But again, I'm going to get it straightened out. I hate a stupid intermediate problem. Intermediate. Am I saying that right? I don't know. But a problem that just comes and goes because, again, this truck's never failed to start with me. He had some trouble getting it started. So I'm going to check the throttle position sensor. He already put a map sensor on it. I put a new fuel pump in it, a Delphi. There's a second new fuel pump I had put in this truck because it did die on me one time. coming home from work, but I thought that was the fuel pump getting hot. So and I bought a cheap eBay fuel pump. So I bought a good Delphi and put in it. Never done it to me again, but it never failed to start. As far as just walking out and getting in it and cold starting it, never give any issues with me whatsoever. And he drove it over here today, it started right up and come on. So anyway, basically just the fuel pump relay, which is supposed to just prime the system. That fuel pump's not supposed to run on that all the time. So maybe it's went bad. That would make sense as far as just cold starting it. So if I could get it to do it to me, and I could prime it while it's doing it, just run out there and dump a little gas in it. And if it starts, I know that's my problem. But again, it's kind of a cheap relay. I'll get him one. I've probably got 100 laying around here, but I'll buy a new one and put on it and just make sure all the little bugs are fixed on it. Again, this truck's set for a very long time. The truck that the motor and transmission come out of, it's set for a long time. So again, I went through everything front to back, but again, something that sets for a good long while is going to have bugs. But now I've drove this truck. I probably put 1,000 miles on it, if not more. I drove it a lot. Jimmy's drove it some, but again, just figuring out this little issue it's got and gluing that trim back on, putting that piece on the interior, cleaning it up, and it's done, ready to go. It's a good running truck. Transmission does great. I'm real proud of it. That was my first one I've ever built, the only one I've built. This will be the second. So again, just real proud of that. It's probably not a big accomplishment for some, but for me it is. Anyways, if you're at the rod run, kind of be on the lookout for this truck. It's probably going to be up there. It's probably going to be for sale. I may have it posted here in the next week or so locally, see what happens with it. But I'm going to talk to Jimmy first. He may decide to keep it. I may decide to keep it. I don't know. God, I'm just so back and forth. I just don't need it, but it is a really good looking truck. Oh, and I'm going to put a master cylinder on it. The brake pedal feels a little spongy, so put a master cylinder on it. That master cylinder was the one that was on it when I got the truck. I never replaced it, so I'm sure that it needs to be replaced. Even if that's not the issue, it needs a new master cylinder. So I'm going to put one of them on it. Anyways, I've kept y'all long enough. Just wanted to let you see what I'm fixing to get started on. Again, stay tuned. I think this thing's really going to be killer once it gets down there on the wheels and, get the interior and stuff done. It's going to be a cool little truck. Y'all have a good one. Here it is Sunday again, so work's coming early. I'm going to get inside and spend some time with the family. I will catch you guys on the next one.